Hello everyone, my name is Stephen Milton and I am doing a presentation on the DML statements, select, insert, update, and delete. So first off, we'll start off with a select statement. So the syntax of a select statement is, first you'll use the word select, and then you will specify the fields that you want to select, or you can select an asterisk to get all fields. So in this case, we're going to do asterisk just so we can see what fields we have available. In this case, we'll use the clients table, so we'll say from clients, and then that's it. And we'll go ahead and click on go. And right now we have no data in that table, so it's a return no records. You'll also get this as if you do a select statement with a where clause, and there are no records that match your where clause. So this is a good sample of that. All right, so that's the syntax of a select statement. You can select. You can also go back and you can select individual fields. So if I want to just select, say, comments, I could do that and just do a go, and then all it's going to pull is the one field comments as opposed to all the fields like I did before. So the next thing we'll do is we'll do an insert statement so that we can get some records in this table so we can actually start playing with some data. So we'll go back to our statement. We'll do an insert statement. So this is a basic insert statement. We're going to insert into the clients table. The next is a field list of the records we want to put in. So we'll put in the first name, the last name, the email, password, client level, and comments. The reason we don't do the client ID is because that's what's called an identity field or a auto increment field, and it populates automatically, so we don't need to worry about that one. The other fields we need to put in just because I just want all that data in there, but none of these fields really are required, but I want them all in there, so that's what we're going to put in there. So after I put my field list, I'm going to have a values clause, and then I'll actually put in within parentheses any string fields have to be quoted. So these all match these fields here. So this is first name, last name, email, password, client level, and then the record. So all those are numerics. At this point, we just click on go. And now it's inserted the record. So we can go back to our SQL select statement, click on go, and now we have one record in there. There's another way we can also do an insert statement, and this is instead of using a values clause, we can use a select statement. So this allows us to select records, to insert records from, say, another similar table that has the same kind of data that we want to insert in there. In this case, since I only have the one record, I'm going to insert it in from the same table that it's at now. So it's going to duplicate all the data that's in there. So this works the same way. We'll have the insert into clients. We'll have our field list again. And then after that, we'll have a select statement that has the same types of fields in the same order, and then from whatever table it's coming from. In this case, it's coming from the table clients. So I'll click on go. And now we'll go in there and we'll do our select statement again. And now you'll notice we have two records. And we could do that again and double up the data again. So now that we'll have 4 records. We go look at that. We'll have the 4 records. And you'll notice that auto increment field, it keeps populating. So now it's 16, 17, 18, 19. So it keeps adding records to it. The reason it's 16 is because I've been playing with this data before, this table before. So it keeps track of the records that I put in before so that it doesn't duplicate data. Since it's a key field, it can't do that. So it makes sure that it keeps a track of the increments that it's on. Okay, so now we have all this. So the next thing we want to do is do an update statement. So update statements are used to update the data in the table. You can pick and choose which fields you want to update to what values you want to update them. You can do them one at a time. You can do multiple records at a time, depending on how you want to do it. So the basic syntax of an update statement is you'll have an update, you'll have the table name. So let's put this in here. So you have update the table, you'll have a set statement, and then you'll have a field list of what you want to update with the values you want to update it to. So in our case, we're going to update the client level to a 2. I like to have a where clause on my update statement so that it doesn't do too much data. I want it to do the specific data that I want. So in this case, we're going to update any records with a client ID of 16. So there should only be one of those because client ID is a unique field. I can also put multiple fields in here. So if I wanted to say change the first name of this person, say it's no longer Steve, it's going to be I'll put my brother's name in there. So we'll put Larry in there. Okay, so we're going to change the name to Larry as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and run that. Let's go and do our select and do a go. So now we look at client ID 16. Now it's Larry, and the client levels 2. So you have complete control over what fields you want to update and what values you want to update them to. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a delete statement. So a delete statement is just what it says. It lets you delete records. This is another one where you want to have a where clause. If you don't have a where clause, it will delete everything. So you got to be careful with this one. Okay, so I'm going to say I want to delete, I didn't want record 19 in there, so I'm going to go ahead and delete any records that have a client ID of 19. So if I run that, it gives me a nice little warning. I say, okay, that's fine. I go and run my select statement again. You'll notice 19 is now gone. So that shows you the basic syntax of running those 4 DML statements: the select, the insert, update, and delete. Thank you.